Welcome all again to the second Small Island Development States IGF. And we will move into our first keynote. And the topic we will be hearing about relates to national strategies for digital inclusion. And the speaker is Mr. Esau Tupou. He is the director of CERT Tonga, that's the Computer Emergency Response Team out of Tonga. And he's also the CEO in the Ministry of Meteorology, Energy, Information, Disaster Management, the Environment, Communications, and Climate Change. So, Mr. Tupou, let me give you the floor for your presentation. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Mr. Nortney Taylor, Secretary General of Caribbean Telecommunication Union, Mr. Nigel Casimir, Deputy Secretary General for CTU, Honorable Ministers, distinguished colleagues, esteemed academics, researchers, and development practitioners, ladies and gentlemen. For the record, I am Esau Tupou, the Director of Tonga Computer Emergency Response Team, known as CERT Tonga. I work for the Chief Executive Officer of the Ministry of METEC, which is the Ministry of Meteorology, Energy, Information, Disaster Management, Environment, Communication, and Climate Change, or better known as METEC. I am honored to address you on behalf of the Ministry of METEC from the Government of Tonga, representing the Chief Executive Officer as well as the Minister. First of all, I acknowledge the Almighty God who made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. I thank the Deputy Secretary General of CTU for his memorable opening remarks. Also, acknowledging the fourth International Conference of the Small Island Developing States theme of charting the course toward resilient prosperity. National strategies for digital inclusion is fundamental to bridging the digital divide in small island developing states. This requires guidance and support protected in policies through the creation of national strategies for digital inclusion. National strategies for digital inclusion are necessary for a strong digital economy. To bridge the digital divide and build a stronger, more inclusive and sustainable digital economy, digital inclusion must be incorporated into the policy as well as funding assessments. National strategies for digital inclusion will specify common sets of goals for all levels of government to plan, support, and fund digital inclusion initiatives in an organized manner. Effective national strategies for digital inclusion must be developed and implemented in consultation with multi-stakeholder approach, consisting of national governments, community and technology sectors, civil society, private sectors, and those most at risk of digital exclusion. Equal digital inclusion of native peoples in the most remote islands is essential. Most small island developing states have remote and isolated islands with locals having no access to the internet or mobile phone networks. The further outer islands digital inclusion plan urgently needed strategies to be developed in consultation with local communities and organizations towards solving digital inclusion. No one is left behind campaign is needed for this gap. Firstly, affordable access for all. Affordable, robust broadband internet access remains a key barrier for many small island developing states to be digitally included. Not everyone has the digital devices or internet access they need to get online. Ensuring that all small island developing states can affordably access the internet and have the appropriate computers, smartphones, or handheld devices is crucial to solving the island nation's digital divide. Low or no-cost internet connectivity for those who need it most. Affordability measures from telecommunication companies such as Community Organization Delivered Telco Bill Assistance Program or Extended Hardship Agreement provision would be most sufficient in the right direction. However, there still needs to be a low or no-cost option for all island nations to get connected first. Allowing connection will open opportunities for innovations and quality services to the island nations. Second, digital devices for all at all times. Internet-enabled devices that meet the needs of the user. Without digital devices to connect to the internet, the issue of access still remains. During the COVID-19 pandemic, some or all of the people who are digital literate lacked digital devices to use at home. Online learning systems were established during the lockdown. However, not all homes and students have access to digital devices or computers. Distributing digital devices through the community sector means that people have access to a suitable device and are able to supported to use the device in a trusted environment. Third, digital skills support for everyone. Access to digital literacy training. It is not enough to have access to technology. Everyone also needs to have the skills and confidence to use their digital devices and the internet. It is critical that everyone has the digital ability and confidence to participate in work, study, and connect with family, friends, and essential services online. Not everyone in the island nations has the access and digital skills they need to fully participate in society, but together we can change this. Community-led digital skills support puts the solution in the hands of local communities, providing essential digital skills for people who need them most. It is vital that digital support is within easy reach for all small island developing states in every city, town, community, and villages across the island nations. Tools that I have mentioned are the three-legged stool of digital inclusion, out of the 5 elements necessary to ensure that all individuals and communities, including the most disadvantaged, have access to and use of information and communication technologies. The other 2 elements are quality technical support and application and online content designed to enable and encourage self-sufficiency, participation, and collaboration. Digital inclusion must evolve as technology advances. Digital inclusion leads to digital equity. Digital equity is a common in which all individuals and communities have the information technology capacity needed for full participation in our society, democracy, and economy. Digital equity is necessary for civic and cultural participation, employment, lifelong learning, and access to essential services. Once again, I thank the Secretary General of EDU for hosting the second Small Island Developing States Internet Governance Forum, a significant virtual site event as part of the 4th International Conference of Small Island Developing States. Also thank the Executive Assistant CTU, Ms. Tamika Campbell-Carter, for invitation and great opportunity to be part of this great event. I strongly believe that the second SIDS Internet Governance Forum aligns with the SIDS for conference theme of charting the course towards resilience prosperity by leveraging the communal experiences and addressing challenges of SIDS to delve into these matters and establish a direction for the digital future to be inclusive, resilient, and sustainable, making small island developing states become more smart island digital states. Thank you. Malo Apito.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tupou. I like your alliteration of the SIDS acronym there, Smart Island Developing States. Thanks. And where I noted you also highlighted the key challenges, affordability, which is one that a lot of us also face, availability of devices as well, and technical support and skill development. Thank you very much. I see a few comments saying thank you very much. I don't see any specific questions raised. So what we'll do is then move on for the time being to our next